morning, Alan Class fans. Good morning, mystery fans. Good morning, suspense fans. Good morning, Atom Age fans. And finally, good morning, comic community in general. I'm out in it's no longer a summer house, it's an autumn house. Very chilly, very early in the morning, which is brilliant. I've got the fire on, which is lovely. I've got my nice frothy coffee. Can you see it from here? Lovely. Fully caffeinated, wonderful. Today I'm going to be showing you, shall we call it, some old bits of tat, some very early issues of Alan Class. I actually managed to get in my man cave earlier this week and do a little bit of rearranging, thereby uncovering some issues which I've been wanting to show. So the issues I'm going to show today, they're not random issues, they're sequential issues, and very excited about bringing this to you, to be honest. Wonderful comics. I love them and I hope you do too. First off, I'm going to blast off today's probably around about 7 or 8 minute showing. I'm going to blast off by showing you Amazing Stories of Suspense #1, which took me a long time to get, I was actually going around the various comic community groups on Facebook saying, guys, have you got a Tales of Suspense, Amazing Stories of Suspense, Alan Class #1? I really need it. I really need it. Can you help me out? Nobody could. And I found this sitting, I think it was on American eBay, I think. And the guy didn't want to ship it outside of America. So I did manage to contact him and I said, look, please, been looking for this for a long time. Please sell it to me, please. And he did. Wonderful bloke that he was. So yeah, dug this up to show you. I've got a feeling that Alan Class got a little knock on the door from Marvel at the time saying, look, you can't call it Tales of Suspense. You know, you can't do that. It's copyright infringement. Which is why I think they went with Amazing Stories of Suspense a little bit longer down the line. But that's another story. So there we go. #1 of Amazing Stories of Suspense. And I guess I shall say it one more time. If you're collecting books like these, the prices don't stay static. They rise all the time, especially the early numbers. If you can afford it, and you don't perpetrate some crime to afford it, get the early issues first. Try and get the key issues after that, and then concentrate on everything else, because the rest will just be gravy when you get it. That's when the collecting starts becoming fun. But yeah, early issues, then key issues, then everything else. But, oh man, I've always loved that cover. Now, I could get this wrong because my memory isn't the greatest, and I'll be the first collector to tell you that. I think this is... It's either Astonishing or No, I'm pretty sure it's Astonishing, actually. I think it's number 50. And when I first saw this cover, I thought, I'm going to collect the original title. But I never did. Again, when I hit 80, 90, maybe when I've just reached my centenary, I'll start collecting that run. Because, man, do they produce some more issues of the following books and later books I'll be showing you from Alan Class will testify to. Anyhow, Suspense #1. Moving on, allow me to show you, again, Tales of Suspense #2. And they also did this cover as one of their summer specials, many decades further down the line. Now, I think when I started collecting Alan Class, it took me a little while to get this, but it took me a lot longer to get the #1. But it took me a little while, but I've had this for several years now. That's when I could afford to get Mylars. The Endless Journey. Whoops, get the glare out if I can. There we are. Gorgeous cover. As long as he roamed free, there would be danger in the streets. Lovely. What was at the end of the endless journey? Great condition. Spine's pretty much intact as well. To be fair, the spines on all of these aren't too bad considering the age of them. Oops, wrong one. I nearly picked up the wrong one. Yeah, I mean, Suspense number 1 isn't too bad. It's still legible. But anyhow, that's 1. This is number 2, of course. Moving on very swiftly to... Can you guess what the next one is? Have you got an inkling? It is quite a recent pickup, actually. Within the last 3 months, I think. This is when the change happened. Amazing Stories of Suspense number 3. Again, another one that I just could not find anywhere. Nowhere at all. And I found it sitting... Was it in my comic shop? I think it may have been. Possibly. Just sitting there, relatively cheap. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, guys and gals. Yeah, it was just sitting there for not a lot of money at all. So yeah, instant buy. Looking for this one for a while. Finally found it not that long ago. And actually whacked it in Mylar because I really wanted to. So I ripped it off another book. And the other book now is sitting in polythene. That'll get changed at some point. But yeah, what a beautiful cover. The Creature in the Cave. Superb. Not a bad looking book. An absolute steal for what I paid for it. Pure random luck. I hadn't logged into my comic shop for, oh god, months. I just thought, oh, what's on there tonight? I wonder if they've got certain things, and that's it. Job done. And I'd searched my comic shop many times previously, and they really hold very little of Alan Class's output. But they just happen to have that number 3. Moving on. Let me see now. I think it's going to be a number 4. So it is. Firmly titled now, Amazing Stories of Suspense. I mean, look at the detail in that artwork. So much effort. And please don't kick me for saying this, what I'm about to say, but, you know, if you compare something like this, again in a simpler time, of course, please don't flame me. And then you compare it with some of the modern day artists, naming no names, where they've got a cover done in, you know, what seemed like 10 minutes, extremely sketchy, anatomically incorrect. And, you know, is it any wonder I don't bother with modern comics anymore? There we go, isn't that beautiful? What would you do if you were the last man on Earth? That's a question, isn't it? That really is a question. I'd probably raid. I don't know. I don't know. I was going to say heritage auctions and gather up a lot of their lovely Golden Age and Atom Age comics, I should think. Full 68 pages, all brand new astonishing tales. Amazing Stories of Suspense. Beautiful book. Let me have one little sip of my coffee before it goes too cold. Right, now, the next book I'm going to show you, I'm sure you can guess what it is. I got this in the last couple of weeks, I think. I haven't had a chance to put it in Mylar yet. Again, this is a stupid issue, money-wise, that I found completely by chance. And it's another book I've been looking for a long time. Couldn't find it. And then it just popped up. This is just random, absolutely random. There's no method to it at all. You can't think of a seller and you've got something that you want, you think, oh, that's okay, because next month he's going to put up the next couple of issues. Nothing works like that. It's always completely random and completely potluck as to whether you're going to get that issue or not. So, wow. Amazing Stories of Suspense number 5. An issue that at one point I could not find for love nor money. Just what a cover. I've got to admit, I am very opinionated. I really do have, what should I say, I'm really stuck in my ways. But, the industry these days, it's like they're churning out products week after week. It's just tends to be, based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And everything is really geared around that. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry if I'm cutting to the bone of what I'm saying here with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Although I love it as a separate entity, it seems that things have flipped now that you can successfully put superheroes in films and make them believable. But the comics are just based around the filmic characters. And for me personally, it's just not exciting. Which is why I kind of stepped out of modern comic collecting, bar one title, Captain America, of course. Always stay with Captain America. But that's the biggest reason why I just kind of stepped out of modern Marvel, because it's just, for me, absolutely boring and dull. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel about it. But you go back into even the Bronze Age, certainly back to the Silver Age, Atom Age, Golden Age. There is such a wealth of fantastic looking comics, great to read, and wow, they still make my heart beat so fast. But if I pass by an LCS and have a look inside, and it's just like, oh yeah, let's go grab a burger. So, like I said, I am opinionated. I always wear my heart on my sleeve, and I will let everybody know what I think about everything, which is probably a mistake in some quarters. But hey, at least you get the undiluted me when you watch my videos. Anyhow, that was number 5. And what a beauty it is. Who or what were the Seekers? The Hands from Nowhere. Absolutely beautiful cover. Right, you wonderful people, I have taken up enough of your time, especially with this being the weekend. So, I hope you've had a great weekend. Hope you had a great weekend. Of course, I hope you've had a great weekend. I hope you've had a great week. I really hope you're going to have a great weekend and have a fantastic week going forward. Why am I so buoyant? I don't know. It must be the coffee. Anyhow, take care, everybody, and I shall see you next time round. Bye for now.